Welcome back to Red Moon Anime. Today, we're breaking down all the supernatural action in DanDaDan Episode 4. Let's dive right in. Our episode kicks off with Momo and Okarun as they brave Turbo Granny's creepy tunnel. Right away, Okarun reminds Momo of their plan to lure Turbo Granny out of Shono City and away from the power of her location-bound spirit. They proceed cautiously, but things turn sinister fast when Momo catches a glimpse of a massive, monstrous version of Turbo Granny blocking the tunnel ahead. Before Momo can react, another Turbo Granny blocks the path behind them. In an intense moment, Okarun transforms into his depressed Turbo Granny form, ready to face off against these monstrous spirits. But Turbo Granny throws a curveball. She teases Okarun, revealing she's returned his Winnie, causing him to revert to his human state. Thinking fast, Momo distracts Turbo Granny by throwing down a challenge. She proposes a game of tag, claiming Turbo Granny can keep them if she catches them. Intrigued, Turbo Granny reverts to her original form and agrees. Momo, ever the trickster, insists Turbo Granny give them a head start by counting to 10. With Turbo Granny counting, Momo and Okarun sprint away. But the moment doesn't last. Turbo Granny summons a ghastly army of undead hands that crawl toward them. The hands grab Momo, trapping her mid-escape. Okarun, panicked and desperate, begs for Momo's release. But Turbo Granny's twisted game takes a new turn as she reaches for Okarun next. In a bold, bizarre move, Okarun leaps forward and bites Turbo Granny, hoping to distract her. In a strange twist, his attire gives Turbo Granny just enough leverage to possess him. With Okarun under her control, Turbo Granny tries to strip him of his free will, but Momo's psychic powers kick in, pushing Turbo Granny to her limits. It's a close struggle, but Momo's strength proves too much for Turbo Granny, who eventually loses control, letting Okarun regain his senses. Just when they think they have a moment's respite, a new threat materializes. The location-bound spirit. It takes the form of a gigantic crab, summoned by Turbo Granny to do her bidding. Momo and Okarun have no choice but to run, sprinting across a highway as the colossal crab spirit chases them down. In a bold move, Okarun transforms into his altered form, allowing Momo to hop on his back, and they make their escape by jumping off the highway. As they dart through the city, Momo hatches a clever plan. She leads the spirit to a hot spring, hoping its energy will weaken the creature. They manage to boil the spirit, buying themselves time to get away and regroup. But as they near the outskirts of Shono City, another obstacle awaits. Zombies, summoned by Turbo Granny, emerge from the shadows, blocking their path. Turbo Granny taunts the pair, revealing she's enlisted the spirits from Shono City's cemetery to prevent their escape. Knowing they're outnumbered, Momo tells Okarun to go full throttle one last time, despite Turbo Granny's warning that it could immobilize him. With Momo holding onto objects for extra leverage, the duo barely manages to evade the zombie horde. Just as they think they're in the clear, Turbo Granny catches up, furious at their cheating in the game of tag. Merges with the location-bound spirit, transforming into a monstrous entity. But Momo isn't fazed. She acknowledges Turbo Granny's power, giving them 1 second to escape. In a brilliant move, she and Okarun jump onto a passing train, bound for Kamigo City. As the train speeds along the track, Momo taunts Turbo Granny, luring her closer to their planned destination. Seiko, Momo's grandma, stands at the track's end, having set up powerful talismans to finally trap Turbo Granny. Momo uses her psychic abilities to hold Turbo Granny in place as they pass the talisman-marked spot, instantly causing Turbo Granny to disappear. Later, Momo, Okarun, and Seiko visit the tunnel where Turbo Granny haunted for so long. Seiko reveals the tragic backstory of the spirits drawn to this place, explaining that Turbo Granny wasn't necessarily evil, but found comfort with restless souls who needed closure. After the intense battle, they head home for a well-deserved meal. With one last moment outside, Momo and Okarun share a simple farewell, promising to see each other again tomorrow. And just like that, episode 4 of DanDaDan comes to a heartfelt close, leaving us with new questions and eager for what's next. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to Red Moon Anime, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a single update. Feel free to dive into our other videos. We have tons of anime content waiting for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next adventure.